than 150 delegates together discussing about women empowerment, and economic empowerment is an important aspect when we talk of empowering a woman. What else is expected to be taken up in the discussions today? Shyama.
Well, good morning, Preeti. These two-day sessions, two-day meetings, they'll be having 5 sessions, and 5 sessions would be working on 5 priority areas. We all know that the major challenge or the main challenge of a women's in between a women empowerment is empowering her economically, and the entire session would be working on this particular aim through other means and ways. These 5 priority areas is working on the grassroots women leadership. How do we make a women leader at grassroots level? Because we have had self-help groups which are very successful, and they are doing their way, they are doing, they're earning, and they're making a good living. So how do we have a leader over there? Apart from the self-help groups also, there will be various other groups where a woman's leadership would be of would matter a lot for having a sustainable development. Apart from that, there's another priority area, empowering a woman through skill and education. We all know that the girl child is the first to drop out of school if any a problem arises at their family or elsewhere. Economically, so the family decides to pull out the girl for the education, and re-enrollment in the school or the colleges is very low. The rate is very low, so they'll be working on that as well. Apart from that, the third priority area would be bridging the digital divide. We all know that the men of the house will be having their own phones, they'll be having internet connection, but women of that house or the girl child of the house will not be having phones or the internet access. They'll be working on that also. How do we provide the women or the girl child of the house to have internet access in their phones, because they can access to a lot of courses, a lot of educational or other important related issues. Another issue, priority issue of theirs is how do you do entrepreneurship in women. I've already spoken about self-help group. So other than that, how do women come up with their own startups? There are so many schemes in India, including the Mudra, Startups India. The women have to have information about all these schemes, and they can approach the government, the local government, and have their own startups or their own business. And these are all the key issues that would be discussed. Apart from that, there will be 2 special sessions. One where the women will be telling their unconventional stories. So the ones that inspire all these women, those stories would be conducted. So women in Navy, women in Air Force, they would be coming over here. Those sessions would be they would be telling their own stories. And the last session or the special session would be legal framework, how to empower women legally, what's the way ahead in that. So all the points that a woman's empowerment requires, that all would be discussed over here. And you've already mentioned that they would be taken to Ellora Caves visit also. There'll be a early morning heritage walk of the Chatrapati Sambhajinagar city as well. So the women over here, the delegates over here would be having a deep knowledge about the city, whose name has just been renamed to Chatrapati Sambhajinagar. Earlier it was called Aurangabad. So they would be knowing the culture of Maharashtra, the culture of Chatrapati Sambhajinagar, and the world famous caves of Ellora, and the world famous gates of Chatrapati Sambhajinagar, because this city is called the City of Gates, and the City of Gates is ready to welcome all the delegates over here. Preeti.
All right, so the City of Gates is all ready to welcome the delegates. Thank you so much, Shyama, for joining in with those inputs.
All right, moving on now, let's talk